closer look at the audio streaming space with Renita Young, senior markets correspondent for the Schwab Network. Let's talk some Spotify. This was like the pioneer of this space, and then, of course, Apple's become a formidable player as well, as they do what they do best. Let others pioneer, and then they just copy nowadays.
Because why create the wheel? Why recreate the wheel when you can just improve upon it, right? So Spotify has a couple things going on. Remember how they announced that they're getting into the audiobook streaming, right? This new hike in their plans is supposed to help cover that. It's supposed to help pay for that. So that's why they're increasing prices for the second time this year. But as for now, for $5 more, existing owners or existing subscribers, for $5 more a month, that is, they could get access to better audio, new tools for creating playlists, and managing song libraries. I just have a small problem with that. Why weren't they giving us the best audio to begin with?
Well, so my question then, and maybe this isn't completely fleshed out yet, are you required to have this increase, or is this a new supplemental premium option on top of what was already offered?
It looks to be a new supplemental premium option on top of it. So it'll be $5 more on top of the other plans that it has. You could get this better access to audio, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, it's an add-on for existing customers, and the pricing of it is sort of contingent on whatever your base pricing is, but averages will mark out or work out to about a 40% markup. That's what it averages out to. But this comes off the heels of Spotify's most recent increase, which was also said to have helped or supposed to help pay for the audiobook push. The company raised prices last week for the second time this year, and it tested, of course, the quality, not just the quality, but the loyalty of its customer base by adding a couple of extra dollars on what they'll pay out. And so starting in July, Spotify premium members will pay $1 more at $11.99 a month. Duo plans for two people, $2 more at $16.99 a month. Family plans, $3 more, $19.99 a month.
And, you know, I will say that there's this loyalty to Spotify. I mean, I can speak to it very, very much, where I will pay like a few extra dollars, but $5 now, I mean, it's just like the latest string of streaming companies that has. You view this as a way for them to help offset some of the losses they've taken on as a result of their podcast business. And they're going into audiobooks. And hey, I will say I pay for Audible. It's like $15, $16 a month. So $5 extra for more of these offerings is not bad. But it's just, to me, of a way for them to continue to make more money. I mean, obviously.
Well, yeah, you know, they haven't had consistent quarters of profits, you know, recently. And, you know, they haven't had consistent profits, I should say. The business is struggling, even though they're considered the biggest in some respects of this whole audio space. Specifically, the audio streaming business, just in general, is considered one of the biggest. So they've got to figure out where to make up somewhere, because they still have a lot of competition.
I'm with Jenny. The Audible, you can't take that away from me. That'll be the last thing to go. But I also think this will be interesting once we get some numbers on this, if they do break them out in earnings. How many people are willing to spend an extra $5 a month for something that seems, to me, relatively unneeded?
The question is, are they going to decrease the quality of the regular subscription?
Like take things away from the baseline tier.
And then you'll need to get this
no,
extra.
but with AI, you don't need any of this. It's just going to predict what you want to listen to. It's going to make your playlist, and you just talk to yourself on your phone, and it'll play it back to you. So
clearly.
All jokes aside, appreciate the update, Renita Young. Not a lot of movement in Spotify today, kind of an unchanged move, but on a market kind of wobbly day, not necessarily completely unnecessary. Appreciate it as always, Renita Young.